Today, we're going to be checking out the story of an SCP, a living Lego, and it might not be as cool as you think.
It's a quiet morning in Lego City until the robbery begins.
This is so cool, dude. Dr. Bob made a Lego animation.
First, as men in dark suits with plastic black masks covering their faces slink into the room from every conceivable entrance and exit. When these same 10 sinister Lego strangers all pull out guns, everyone pays close attention. "This is a robbery," their leader says, while firing his gun into the air.
Oh, dude, this is horrible.
If you try to disrupt our operation, we'll blow you into bricks. The patrons hit the ground, cowering for dear life, as 5 of the masked robbers approach the tellers with open bags, and the other 5 work crowd control, pointing their weapons at the cowering civilians. These men are hardened Lego criminals.
I don't know about you guys, but I used to kind of like recreate stuff like this with my Legos when I was younger.
"Empty your vaults, lady," the leader says to one of the tellers. "We ain't messing around. We'll ice everyone in here."
And sometimes if I ran out of my Lego guys, I would use like the little green army soldiers as my like kind of like toys that I would play with.
Red button hidden from sight.
Oh no, that's going to alert the police officers.
Flashes and alarms as the bank security system activates. Robbers and hostages alike feel themselves beginning to panic.
Oh no, dude.
He stays cool and still. Less than 10 seconds pass before the alarm stops. You could hear a pin drop in the room. Locks deactivate and shutters roll back up. The teller is confused and horrified. What happened? Little does she know, in a van parked outside, an 11th member of the Lego
Oh my gosh, they have a hacker.
On a sophisticated computer setup.
This is so this is like so intense.
He's been able to both shut down the alarm system and intercept the message that goes out to the local police precinct. The plan is unfolding perfectly. "Nice try," the leader says, and shoots the Lego teller dead.
Whoa!
Everyone in the room, including the other Lego robbers, gasp. Nobody is prepared for things to get this ugly this quickly.
Ew, dude, that is disgusting.
The leader says, "Or am I going to need to start wasting more tellers?" The surviving tellers read the message loud and clear. They open up the vaults and begin wheeling out stacks of Lego cash, which the robbers begin stuffing into containers and duffel bags. In total, they steal over 2 million Lego dollars. Each member of the team
Lego dollars.
Get a hefty payout. With the mission completed, there's no sense in hanging around. They need to hop into their Lego getaway cars.
Guys, I'm really curious right now, like, is the entire video just going to be Legos? Is that the SCP? Just like if real life was made up of Legos? Or is this going to be a little bit different? Is it going to be like Legos, like a little Lego set can actually come to life, and this is sort of playing out like in the bedroom of some random 10-year-old?
And be out of there before the Lego cops show up. But by the time they're leaving the bank, it's already too late. Lego cop cars are tearing down the street towards their parked getaway vehicles. It doesn't make sense. Their operation was perfectly planned, military in its precision. The whole thing had been over in less than 3 minutes. How are the cops on them already? But none of them have time to think. The cop cars screech to a halt, and armed officers start climbing out, training their guns on the gobsmacked team of Lego robbers.
Oh, dude, they are done for. There's no way they're going to escape this.
Or we'll be forced to take action.
A Lego cop screams over a Lego megaphone. The only reply they get is gunfire.
No!
The leader levels his Lego gun and starts blasting, taking out 2 cops and forcing the rest to scramble for cover behind their vehicles.
I was not expecting
Taking advantage
that.
of the moment of opportunity, the robbers scatter
I thought
like
they would
cockroaches
surrender
under a newly lifted rock. Most make it to their cars, but in the confusion, the Lego police are able to return fire. One of the robbers, the tallest but slowest of the hardened criminal team, goes down in a hail of bullets.
Oh.
Another one of the robbers, who'd been his friend, screams in rage and turns his gun on the police, firing like a madman, not even caring if he hits his target. A conveniently placed police sniper in the building across from them.
Oh wow, they have
an
snipers.
expert shoulder shot that drops him to the ground.
Oh,
alive,
what?
But too injured to escape. He's nothing but
So
dead
there's
weight
2
now.
robbers down now.
The remaining 8 robbers pile into 3 Lego getaway vehicles, 2 classic cars manned by getaway drivers, and the van where the team's elite Lego hacker had been doing his high-tech work.
He's still hacking.
Now, their job is a lot more simple. Get out of here without getting caught or killed. Immediately, the chase spills out onto the streets. They'd planned for this possibility. After completing the job, they'd each head to 3 different pre-designated safe zones.
Wow,
So
they
if one
really
was
thought of
followed,
everything.
They wouldn't implicate the others. The plan is complicated by seemingly having every single one of the city's cops on their tail now. Contact between the 3 vehicles immediately breaks down. The leader of the robbers is in the fastest of the getaway cars, with 3 others, the driver, the rookie, and the old-timer. Behind them, scores of Lego police cars surge through the streets. Armed officers hang out of the passenger doors, opening fire on their
Oh
escape
my
vehicle,
gosh!
hoping to hit them.
Dude,
or
they
at least
are
pop
right
the
on their
tires.
tail.
"We want to play rough, huh?" the leader says to his panicking fellow criminals. "We'll show them how to play rough."
Oh, what is he going to
The leader
do?
and the old-timer grab a pair of Lego
No!
submachine guns that are lying across the floor of the car. They lock and load before leaning out of the car windows to return fire. If they're going to go down today, it's going to be in a blaze of glory, not bruised and humiliated in a holding cell.
I don't think that they should do that.
Coppers.
Wow.
The old-timer barks as
So
he
they
and the
went into
leader
this
open
thinking
fire
like
on
they're
their
gonna
pursuers.
perform this
It's a
successfully
parabolic
or they're gonna die
hellstorm, skittering
trying.
bullets across the hoods of the police cars behind them. The windshields of even Lego police cars are reinforced to take this kind of punishment, but not for long. Soon enough, the surge of cars is buckling under the weight of fire from the leader and the old-timer. Cars are crashing into each
Oh,
other
wow.
and piling up as the criminals take off. What should
No
have been a
way!
simple robbery is quickly spiraling into a nightmare for all involved.
They're gonna have like 4
The death
stars in
toll is
GTA.
already in the double
They're gonna have the
digits, and the
FBI
chase
on them
goes
soon.
with frequent gunfire exchanged between the Lego robbers and their Lego boys in blue pursuers. Above all this, above the chase, above the gunfire, above the robbery,
Oh, that's going to be like,
almost
yeah, look.
godlike giants stare down on the whole chaotic
This
display.
is exactly
These
what I
godlike
thought.
giants are-
So it's literally just like 2 kids watching their Legos come to life, which is like literally every kid's dream. There is another SCP kind of like this called Living Play-Doh, where it's kind of the same sort of thing, where Play-Doh comes to life and whatever you build with it is actually able to like come alive and start like performing and doing stuff on its own, just like these Legos are doing. This would be literally my dream.
In fact, a pair of young boys, aged 8 and 9.
That was
Less than
such
an
a
hour
cool
ago,
intro.
These boys were just bored kids who'd run out of games to play on their Xbox. They had decided to go a little retro and switch up the Minecraft for a classic box of Lego.
I mean,
One of
yeah,
two
the
young
original
boys remarked,
Minecraft is pretty
"I think
much
my
just
dad has a
Legos."
big red box of Lego in his office. He probably won't mind if we use it." Of course, what the boy didn't know was that his father wasn't, contrary to his own
Oh.
belief, an accountant who worked in the
Yeah,
city.
he works at
He
the
was
SCP
actually a
facility.
mid-level researcher
Oh my
working
gosh.
with the SCP Foundation.
Is that
Like
the hard to
workaholic
destroy
type.
reptile? Oh my
He had a
gosh.
tendency to bring his work home with him.
That's the worst
metaphorically,
idea
and
ever.
In the case of some safe-class SCPs, when given the proper clearances, literally. One such SCP was SCP-387.
Guys, I don't know if somebody that works at the SCP Foundation should be bringing SCPs home, but I'm not gonna lie, if I worked at the SCP facility, I would definitely bring stuff like this back home.
The living Lego, a toy that genuinely has a mind of its own.
That is so cool.
While completely inert and seemingly normal inside their red box, when removed and even partially constructed, the Lego comes to life
Wow.
and begins playing out its roles.
Oh,
From
that's
planes
awesome.
To tanks, to hospitals, to war zones. And these Lego creations are extremely committed to their parts.
It's kind of like Toy Story
After
or the
finding
movie
box,
Free Guy.
the young boys did what all children do when they happen upon a box full of Lego. They started building.
Of
And
course.
thanks to their vast juvenile imaginations, it didn't take long for them
Whoa.
to construct an impressive Lego city in the
That's
living room.
awesome. So they basically
But a
created
standard
this
city
entire
full of Lego running
environment.
smoothly is no fun. The boys needed to introduce a little extra excitement to the proceedings, like, say, a team of bank robbers.
So I wonder if like these kids, once they started building, did they know that it would come alive? Because from what Dr. Bob just said, as soon as you start building these Legos, the SCP comes to life. So when they built the city, I'm sure like a lot of it already sort of like came to life, and then they're watching like normal people do their thing, just like going to work, maybe walking their dogs and stuff like that. And then since they're like 12 years old, they were like, no, this is too much peace and comfort. This is too wholesome. Let's add robbers. Which, I mean, I can't blame them. I would probably do the same.
The one thing the two young boys don't expect is for the bank robbers, when introduced to the city, to start independently planning and executing a heist on the city's biggest bank.
I mean, yeah, it's like
Still,
more
in
chaos
our
than you
worst
could have
days to kill a
imagined.
rainy Sunday. Back on the ground of the Lego City, the other getaway vehicles are running into trouble. The other car had initially managed to pull ahead.
I
from
wonder
the
if they
police,
can, like,
but while
leave
trying
the
to cross a
SCP
bridge,
city.
It runs into an unexpected roadblock. Literally, the Lego police have built a roadblock on the other side of
Oh,
the bridge.
wow.
And now, it's too late to reverse.
The boys have to help them.
Open fire.
An enraged Lego police captain yells to his assembled squadron behind the barricades, and they raise the guns and do so.
Oh, wow,
Lego
no
bullets
way.
pepper the getaway car. They can't drive through the barricade. All they can do is make a sharp left turn and hope to avoid the onslaught.
Oh, they're gonna go inside the
Instead,
water.
They smash through the Lego barricade and tumble off the bridge.
Whoa.
The car sails into the freezing Lego river, where the sudden cold paralyzes the robbers and the getaway driver inside. They go into shock and drown moments later.
Oh, they actually
Across
died.
the Lego City,
Wow.
the van containing the hacker, the getaway driver, and another robber had somehow blended in with the traffic and has managed to escape the relentless police chase.
So they made it
Everyone
out
inside the van
okay.
breathes a sigh of relief, knowing they've already done better than most of their fellow criminals tonight. If they manage to make it through, there'll be much to celebrate. For them, the next stage of the mission is clear. They need to make their way to a warehouse in the industrial district, their designated drop-off area, where they could hide their stolen money and disappear like leaves in the wind.
So guys, I have so many questions about this SCP. So the boys built this SCP like Lego City, and they made like all these little characters, but it seems like every single character like has their own life already, even though the boys just built them today. Like they have their own backstories based on like what they look like as Legos. It seems like, I don't know, there's currency, so there's like a whole economy system. It seems like there's even like water, they can die, they like bleed. So I don't know, it seems very intricate, and I'm wondering if that just like automatically happens as soon as they build the Legos. Like they just have a backstory, they know exactly what to do. They're kind of like pre-programmed NPCs a little bit.
They've already been through the hard parts, the planning, the robbery itself, the shootout, and car chase with the police. They're out of the woods now. Or so they thought. When they arrive at the warehouse and drive inside, parking their van, they immediately realize that something is off. But by now, it's too late to do anything about it.
What is it?
They suddenly hear footsteps and the screech of tires as
Oh
heavy
no,
police
they
tactical
got
vehicles
them.
squeal into the
Somehow they
warehouse
knew
all
where they
around
were
them,
gonna
boxing them
go.
in. Lego SWAT team operatives climb out
No
of each vehicle
way,
and
they have
train their
grenade
weapons on
launchers
the
too.
trapped van. One of them yells,
We have you surrounded. There's no way out. Drop your
Wow.
weapons and surrender if
I was
you
not
wanna
expecting
walk out
that.
of here alive.
and so, with no other options, this is exactly what they do. When they exit the vehicle with their hands behind their heads, the Lego SWAT team tackles them and claps cuffs around their wrists. They'll likely be spending the rest of their lives in jail for this fiasco, but at least they get to live.
I'm also kind of curious too, like, can the little boys that built the SCP Lego entire city, are they able to like intervene? Could they just like karate chop the cop cars and then help the robbers? Because I would totally do that if I was them.
Across the city, only 4 members of the robbery team remain alive and free. The leader, the old-timer, the rookie, and the remaining getaway
Oh wow,
driver,
they actually
all
got
of
out
whom narrowly
okay.
managed to escape the extensive police detail following them. It had been a mix of skill and blind luck. The leader knows that one thing about this whole situation has nothing to do with luck. With all the planning they'd been doing and the disabling of the bank's security system, how had the police been on them so fast? There's only one logical answer.
Oh, there's an
They've been
undercover
set up.
agent with them.
One member of the team
There's a
was
mole.
secretly working with the Lego City police, and they'd sold the rest of them down the river.
Oh
The leader
my
doesn't
gosh.
know who specifically ruined this entire operation like that,
Huh.
but he intends to find out.
Maybe it's the
And when he
old-timer?
does, he's going to make them pay dearly for their betrayal. But for now, he stays quiet. He doesn't want to show all his cards before they made their way to the safe house, if it was even safe anymore. Still, they'll deal with that problem when they get to it. After a tense 10 minutes
Also,
of
too, you have to think that whoever is the undercover agent is probably with them, since every other person was already killed, and the cops definitely wouldn't kill an undercover agent. So you have to think that the undercover agent is still in this car.
silent driving, they reached the planned rendezvous point, another warehouse in the city docks, built against the section of blue carpet that the young boys who made this world intended to represent the ocean. Here, they'd wait for a speedboat chartered by their employers to pick them up and their ill-gotten gains. If they survive that long. The getaway driver parks the car out of view in the abandoned oceanside warehouse, and the criminals inside pile out, breathing carefully and stretching their little Lego legs. There's tension in the air. And of course, it's the leader who breaks the silence.
Yeah, it's gotta be
Someone
the
here
old
hasn't
timer.
been entirely honest with us.
He says, taking out his Lego handgun.
Oh my
There's no way
gosh.
the cops could get on us that quickly if they hadn't been given some kind of tip.
Another grim silence falls over the room. The old-timer, the rookie, and the getaway driver share a suspicious glance. Who among them could be the imposter? The daring escape they'd managed to perform no longer gives them comfort. The millions of dollars in the trunk of their little Lego car may still be
Well, guys, actually, I don't know if it would be the old timer or the other guy, because they were shooting at the cops. And if you were an undercover cop, you probably wouldn't shoot at your own fellow police officers. So I think it's going to be whoever was next to the leader driving. It's got to be the getaway driver.
forfeit if one of the people in this warehouse is a police informant. The silence is once again broken by the leader, who raises his weapon and shoots the getaway driver dead.
Oh,
The rookie
wow.
and the old-timer are horrified by
I
the
was
seemingly
right.
callous and
I
random
think.
display of violence.
What's wrong with you?
The old-timer barks. The rookie chimes in with,
What made you think he was the mole?
the leader just laughs, his weapon still raised, its barrel drifting back and forth between
Wait
the
a second,
old-timer
what's
and the
he
rookie.
doing?
His indifference to violence frightens them. He seems unpredictable and dangerous.
Is he going to get rid of all of them?
No reason.
The leader says.
He'd already done his job. We don't need a getaway driver anymore. And getting
wow.
rid of him narrows down my options. Which one of you squealed on us?
The rookie pulls out
Wait, no,
his
it
own
had to
gun
be the
and
getaway
aims it at
driver.
leader. The old-timer follows suit, not wanting to be left out. They now have a full-on Mexican standoff.
Oh my gosh.
Only the leader seems unfazed.
Huh.
The rookie says,
If what you say about there being a squealer is true, how'd you know it'd be one of us, not someone from the other teams?
the leader shrugs.
I can't know for sure, but I'm not going to take any chances.
He levels the gun at the rookie and prepares to fire.
Oh,
Suddenly,
no.
A nearby window
Oh, it's the
shatters.
cops!
It's the police. Their little internal dispute would have to wait if they wanted to keep a single Lego cent of the money they'd stolen.
I don't know how they're going to get out of
Heavily
this.
armed Lego police officers bust open the door with a battering ram, while others climb through the windows.
Oh, whoa,
It's
dude.
another
They
classic
are
ambush.
done for.
The leader and the old-timer
They're
turn their
trapped.
guns towards the invading Lego cops and
What?
start firing wildly,
What?
shooting some and scaring away others as they run towards the car. They can't escape here without the money.
So none
If
of
they don't
them
bring
can
the
be
money,
undercover,
then all
right?
this
If they're
chaos
like
was for
firing
nothing.
at their own cops?
The leader
I'm so
runs
confused.
across the warehouse, narrowly dodging the hail of Lego bullets firing all around him, and skids to a stop behind the getaway car. Even with gunshots ringing out from every direction, the leader keeps his cool and reaches into the car.
What does he
manages
have?
To find the largest duffel bag and slings it over his shoulder.
Oh, he's going to try to
Even
get
if he
away with
doesn't get
some of
all
the money.
He can run away with most of it when that chartered speedboat arrives. Nobody involved in this even notices when the roof lifts entirely off the warehouse.
I was waiting for
Two
something like
huge
this.
Young boys stare in from above, curious about where the story is heading down below. They're here just in time to see the tense shootout continue as the desperate leader pops out from his cover and returns fire against the advancing line of police. The old-timer tries his best to hold his own, holding a gun in each hand and firing wildly, but his recklessness soon catches up with him.
I wonder if
Outnumbered,
like they
the
could
cops with Lego
shoot the
shotguns and
kids
assault
that
rifles
built the
unload
Lego
on him,
city.
leaving him
Like, are these
every bit
bullets
as dead
even that
as the getaway
powerful?
driver. Ducking away to avoid the same fate, the leader notices something. The rookie is
What is
nowhere
it?
to be seen.
Oh.
Not dead, just gone.
That is kind of sus.
He knew it. Of course the rookie had been the mole all along. He should never have trusted the little creep. It had been a perfect plan, and he'd ruined everything. Over the din of gunfire, the leader hears something
He's all
else.
by himself.
A boat motor.
Oh,
It's
he
the
has
chartered
to get to the
speedboat.
boat.
His ticket out of this nightmare of bullets and broken promises. He might win after all. He turns and sees the speedboat entering the submerged part of the warehouse, just out of view of the police strike force.
Oh
It
my
would be a
gosh,
risky
he's going to
move,
get
but
away.
He knows he can make it. He doesn't have any choice. Throwing caution to the wind, the leader turns and runs towards the boat, dodging every
He's
bullet
gonna
that
do
the police
it.
fire at him. He's doing it. He's doing it. He jumps into the boat,
Oh.
and the boat takes off,
Oh.
speeding away from the warehouse.
What?
He
No
laughs in
way.
crazed relief, still lugging
Let's
the duffel bag full of money
go.
off his aching shoulder. He's out. He's home free.
But
Until
where
a
do they
giant hand
go?
from above descends and grabs his Lego boat. He's lifted up and thrown back into the red box he was originally taken from,
What?
while the two young boys start taking apart the rest of the Lego city
Oh.
and tidying it back into the box.
Oh my
too.
gosh, the
"My
entire
dad
thing
will be
just
home
got
soon,"
taken
one of the
apart.
young boys says. "We better clean up before he's back."
Imagine being that Lego. You get away with everything, and then two little boys just pick you up and put you inside of the Lego bin, and then it was all for nothing.